Yes, I am vacuuming. Sorry, I already vacuumed, but I am mopping again. Now, my memory is not too great, so I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before that I vacuumed. But what I will say is this. As everyone knows, I participate in medication-assisted treatment because I am a recovering addict. And I get a few medications. One originally was so that I would stop using opioids, because at one time I was addicted to opioids. That's how I eventually started off. Then, certain things changed in my life, and I started suffering from panic attacks and also just anxiety because of events that happened in my life. After I started the MAP program with just the medication for the opioids. And remember, all my life I was diagnosed from when I was little. I was diagnosed with what used to be called manic depression, and now it's called bipolar depression. And the thing is that if you look at a lot of drugs nowadays, many drugs can serve for more than one purpose. So if you have one drug for instance, the drug that I take for hypertension, one of the side uses is for anxiety. Okay? So I've realized myself personally that the drug that I was taking to help me get off of opioids, it helped me with my depression. And then when I started taking the second medication, the one for the anxiety and the panic attacks, that one combined with the one to help stay off opioids, those two combined have been the best antidepressant I have ever taken. I still do take an antidepressant, and it works, but different. It works in the sense that it just helps me keep like a routine daily activities, things that I have to do, that when I get depressed sometimes I tend to neglect, and I will do those things. But essentially, as far as like my mood and my sense of like happiness and and just an overall just feeling joy, it didn't do much for that part, which is okay. There are a lot of antidepressants out there, and most of the time psychiatrists, let me see if I can set this here. Most of the time psychiatrists, it's a guessing game. So when you go into their office, you can request, you can say, oh, I want to try this antidepressant. And with a lot of the antidepressants, you have to take them for about 2 weeks, sometimes a month, before they start taking their effect. So with that being said, I have been taking an antidepressant. I take it every day. And then I also take a different medication for hypertension, which is something that I've had for a while. I just never really paid any mind to it because it wasn't really in like the very high range. It was just, to me, it felt like, I feel fine. Different people are different. Not everybody's 120/80. People are different. So, but I took that one as well because, hypertension is a very serious issue that you have to take care of. You could compare it maybe to blood clots. It could be a silent killer. But the point pretty much which I'm trying to say, which let me continue ranting as I usually do, which a buddy of mine, DZ, what's going on, my brother, had encouraged me to start talking about something relevant that people want to pay attention to. I said, hey man, pitch me ideas, write me something, write me a script. A lot of YouTube videos, like the really good ones, it's not just a single person working on it. It's teams. You have writers, you have narrators, you have editors, you have a cameraman, you have production designers, all different types of things that can constitute like almost like a mini movie set. I didn't go to school for movies or any of that, but I love watching credits. I love watching all of the different types of occupations that they have, and it's just incredible. It's something that I love, and just being able to do this in front of an iPhone 13 mini is a privilege. I'm very grateful for it. If you go back, where are we, 2020? You go back to 1920, right before, I think that was around Prohibition, and about 9 years before the Great Depression. If you show someone a smartphone, they would have thought you were like from the future, or they just would not have believed their eyes. And now look at us. Now, with the click of a button, I can show my face in front of these two lenses. I can start talking, and I can start expressing myself and saying things that come right off the top of my noggin and share with you guys. Now, what I was trying to say from the very beginning was that the combination of the medications that get prescribed to me, the one so that I stay away from opioids, it essentially blocks them, so that if I do try to do it, I will not get an effect, and I'll probably get sick. So thank goodness, because of that, I have not touched an opioid since July 13th, 2018, which, thank goodness. And I'm not gonna give myself any credit, because I'm gonna say it is due to the grace of God. Praise be to Allah, because once we realize that addiction is a very serious disease, and it's not something that you can deal with on your own. There might be an exception, everybody's different, but the masses do need to get help from, as you can, right now, let me see if I can show you. I'm mopping with my right hand as I hold the camera. This is the floor of the room, which I didn't do the other day. That's why I want to do it right now. Mom and Dad already went to bed, so I gotta try to keep it down a little bit. But so with the combination of the medications that I take, I don't know if I made it clear to my psychiatrist, but between those two medications, I have never felt. Also today I put bleach in the bucket. I decided to do what I mentioned in the other video, but I haven't mentioned it to my psychiatrist. But every time I see her, I tell her I'm doing well, which I am, and thank goodness in part because of the care that she's taken for me. And she is a great doctor. She not only just writes me a script, she will sit down with me and she will have a session. So it's not just a psychiatry session, it's like a therapy psychiatry session, for which I am very, very, very grateful for, because believe me, therapy is priceless. You can learn about yourself, and then you can learn about maybe things that you might want to accomplish down the road, and you had no idea you wanted to do them, but now you do, because you had the help of an individual who's licensed to talk to others and maybe give them suggestions. And, let's try mopping now with the left hand as I hold the camera. So my psychiatrist, bless her heart, she is a wonderful person who not only just writes me scripts, but also gives me advice as to, what can I do to try to, make myself happier, not just through the means of taking medicine. And I do take her advice to heart. Some of it are things that I don't think I can accomplish right away at the moment, but they're things that she always mentions to me, so they're being embedded into my brain. In other words, she has definitely planted a seed, and I know the seed itself is growing because I think about it more. I think about it more and more, and I do really think that it's something that will benefit me, obviously, because everything she says is usually something that is helpful for someone to work on themselves and to, better either their living condition or their mental health, or just in general their sense of happiness, sense of fulfillment. And she's talked to me a lot about those things, and I've definitely given it thought. I've given it thought about how I would want to execute it, about how just the things that she says, how can it be achievable within, like, maybe, let's just say, a reasonable amount of time, and also in a way that it will be something that I don't just do for like my whole life. I'll do something for a little while and then I give up on, which she even mentioned to me, just take baby steps, do this. Like, for instance, she mentioned, why don't you go back to school and take just a single class? And I said, yeah, that's a good idea. She was saying you could do it online. And I did mention to her that I wanted to wait for my daughter to continue her schooling so she can go into high school. I can start helping her with high school is when the work gets really tough, because when I went to Broward College, I hadn't done high school. I got my GED. I literally had 3.5 credits when I dropped out of high school. I didn't have enough credits to pass the 9th grade. The school didn't want me to do 9th grade over again, so they just bumped me up to 10th, had me do 10th grade classes. And that was a rough time in my life. I was going through a breakup with a girl whom I was not the best or the most loyal, gentleman that I could have been at that time. She's a wonderful person, so I'm pretty sure she's found it in her heart to forgive me, because that's just she's just a wonderful person, and I don't need to say much because she's living what I hope to be a wonderful life. She got married to a very nice young gentleman, and I don't know much about what's going on, but all I can hope is that, they're living a happy life. Maybe several kids, I don't know. And I'm truly very happy for her wherever she is. Sibelis Vidal, si algún día tú ves este video, solo quiero decirte que esencialmente tú fuiste el primer amor en mi vida que me afectó de una manera bien profunda. Antes de ti estuve con una novia que fue un poquito mayor que yo, pero no fue tan serio como la relación que tuve contigo. Cuando estuve contigo, nosotros teníamos la misma edad. La novia anterior era un poco mayor, entonces eso era más como algo como tabú en ese tiempo. Y la relación no funcionó por problemas de que no deseo hablar ahora mismo, pero tú eras una súper buena persona, tu mamá, tu abuela, tú tenías una familia que te quería mucho. En esos días yo era un niño, yo no sabía cómo agradecer las cosas que tenía. Yo quizás en otro mundo yo podía haber sido un caballero y podía haberte tratado de la manera de que tú merecías haber sido tratada. Y no lo hice, pero así es la vida. Nosotros tenemos que aprender de nuestros errores. Bueno, pero siguiendo para el próximo tema de que quiero hablar. So now, with what I just said about, seeing my psychiatrist and the medications that I take, it one of the things that kind of bother me is that uh, the medicine that I take that helps me the most for my depression, in my opinion, it helps me because certain medications affect different people in different ways. For me, it helps me feel optimistic. It helps me feel not frightened. Like I can go out into crowds. I don't have to, I don't tend to have any panic attacks. I don't tend to have any anxiety. Um, and on top of that, it also kind of gives me a boost of energy. It helps me, like right now I'm cleaning the house, just because I want to. I enjoy it. And also because mom and dad, they've been very generous to me. They've been very, very supportive, and I cannot thank them enough for everything that they've done for me. I say that a lot, but I really do mean it. If one day, mom, dad, you guys are watching this, I just want to say that everything that you do, I don't think anyone else in this world would do. No one else. You guys are singular in the sense that, you know, how parents, they love their children, but you guys, if it almost feels like more than love. It almost feels like you guys are supportive of me, and you guys are understanding of who I am, the things, the situation that I'm in, everything that I've got myself into. Every day I try my best to try to, you know, try to be a good son. And, I'm sure there's times where I might do a hiccup here and there, but I do it mostly because I want to make you guys proud. And I know I don't have a lot that I can offer right now. Today I did talk to the manager at Public and asked about hiring. I would like to get a formal job, and especially at that supermarket, because I like to think about the future, and I like to think about my offspring. And Publix does have it's a employee-owned company. They don't have stocks in the market. Everything's owned by their employees. So it would be a nice idea, in my opinion, so that I could, if I worked there long enough, maybe get promoted to a position where they would they might hand out more stocks to that position. I have a chance so that when I retire, I'm not a young kid anymore. I already turned quite a bit of age, but I can still put 30, 40 years in, and I would like to do that because my daughter, as of right now, Mariah, whom her sibling is older than her, I would love it if she had another sibling, and also I would love it if I was able to become successful enough so that just in case Mariah has another sibling, I would be able to take care of Mariah, her sibling, and also I'm sure her sister's father loves her and he will take care of her. But if need be, if I would be able to, I would also feel obligated to, because that's her sister, and they love each other and they're family. They came from the same womb. Yes, they're stepsisters, but that, to me, that doesn't mean squat. They're sisters. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video because I don't have much more to say. I did the Florida room, except for the little area that goes out to the pool, which is like these couple towels right here, which I'll do right now. The dining room, I may or may not do, which is just this little area right here. I vacuumed everything. Before I did all this. And I did this yesterday, but I might do a quick area like around the entrance, just in case I left any stains. So yeah, today has been Monday, November 21st. It's been a good day, thank goodness. As soon as the floor dries, I might just go on the YouTube for a little while, my Vice, and check out some videos. I had liked the video. It was a short. Johnny Harris won an Emmy, which I'm proud of you, Johnny. You put in a lot of work. But please follow Sam's style of journalism, where he does educational videos, and when he makes mistakes, about once a year, he'll make a video where he says, mistakes I made in 2021. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just so that your viewers can see that, okay, you look back, you saw that you said something that wasn't quite accurate, and you're willing to correct it. It's not admitting any fault. If anything, it's admitting that you care about your viewers and you care that they are informed properly. And that's it. You might have started doing it already, and I don't know. All the other YouTubers that I mentioned, I had put links in the previous videos. And just one last thing, this is the shirt my aunt Ethel gave me. Thank you, tia. Gracias, tia, por la camisa. And thank you for everybody out there that has watched all the way to the end, especially. Thank you very, very much. You are a legend, as Simon Whistler would say. And if you like, subscribe, drop a like. A few people have been calling me, giving me suggestions about videos or about ideas. If you can, try to leave one or two of those ideas in the comments. It helps out the channel. The more the audience engages with the channel, the better it is. The algorithm will pick up that the channel has movement and it has interaction, and it'll help the channel grow. So, if that's something that you might want to help me out with, is greatly appreciated. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, everybody, and good night.